Welcome to Kinetic News Daily. We are live, real, and we're here to give you the unfiltered truth. The mainstream just won't give you. They keep hiding it from you. So this is Wednesday, June 3rd, and we're tracking the border crossings here. And that's what I want to talk about today is the establishment's numbers are absolutely fraud. Everybody knows that. They're cooking the books everywhere. Obviously, California, but even by their own numbers, the rigged data system, the American taxpayers, we are in a total system collapse. We're bankrupt, literally. We're bankrupt. Um, Hope you hit the subscribe, follow, and let's get into it. The cost of the immigration, the cost of living just as an American is too high. But once you throw on the top of it the cost of the inflation with the illegals, with the immigration, the expense, the inflation, the housing, all of it is a tremendous cost. Um, let's look at the real world impact. I mean, we pay for it every time we buy groceries, pay rent, clear your taxes. Just paid my taxes. So did you guys, hopefully. The medical strain on our country is the local emergency rooms, healthcare systems completely overwhelmed, absorbing billions and billions of uncompensated care, which is passed directly on to we the people, the taxpayers. And then in that, you'll have immigrants say, well, they pay taxes. Yes, they do, but not all immigrants pay taxes. If you have one immigrant paying taxes, there's like five that are not. So, and the numbers, I just made those numbers up. They're not real numbers. I'm just using it as a for instance. It's probably far higher than that. The housing squeeze, massive artificial population influx are driving up the rent. And that's been happening since the coup of America in 2020 when they stole the election. And then by doing so, open door policy income of somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 million illegals from all over the world. The majority of them used Mexican border as their door, but that's because the Democrat Party opened the door up, criminally insane as that was. But the housing cost, because of it, has skyrocketed, and so has food and everything else, not to mention the jobs, the shortages. And I like many of these people. I know many of them, and I very much like and respect them. And they're good people. But not all of them are. So the ones that are good and want to be legit, they need to be documented. They need to be. We'll get into that, but we're working 7 days a week to pay for a system that subsidizes to the foreign nationals. Is what's going on here. over its own citizens. And that isn't by mistake, that's by design. It's a financial chokehold, and it's purposely being orchestrated. The economic bleeding isn't a failure of the government oversight, it's an execution of a deliberate blueprinted plan. The wide open border in an international invasion was designed straight for our local infrastructure to tear it apart until the system breaks. And that's what's happening right now. It's breaking. And whether you like it or not, Donald Trump is doing what he can do to try and save it. I'm not going to jump on it's going to work or it's helping. I don't know because every step forward is hit by three steps back by, you got it, the other side. So the a country without a perimeter open zone, that's not a nation. That's a breakdown. Is this breakdown of this country is fully engineered and it's being orchestrated. Your Antifas, your riots by design. It's a representation laundering, is what it is. And here's exactly what they are doing: representation by laundering. They flood millions of undocumented individuals into the state of California, in this case, because the census count, everyone gets legal representation, as I've said before. And the mass fraud has added uh, 12 seats to Washington. And that's misrepresentation. Not only are they misrepresenting the actual people of California by their rigging of everything. It's they have, I would guess, 12 illegal or 12 too many representatives for the state of California, and I'll just leave it at that. We have to stop playing on defense. You know, we need to go on the offense. No more political theater. We need immediate structural boundaries to protect the American sovereignty. Now, the 10-10-20 plan, I kind of worked out. Nothing's perfect. I'm sure somebody else can make it better. But, 10 million, I would say 10 million can stay if if they were documented, fully documented and cleared fully with background checks. And on top of that, they need to be sponsored. And I mean by American citizens and not just any. I would say it would have to be a second generation American or better, because there's too many illegals that are born first generation that would change things. So we're going to have to stick with second generation or better. And that way it's a true count of the American people. And that way they would have to put themselves on the line. That means you're going to forego your Social Security. You have to put up some sort of security to back up your representing that person instead of just, yeah, okay, come on in. If they come in and they break our laws, then, well, one, the ones that you sponsored, supported in, all have to go. If one breaks it, they all break it. And it has to be like that because there has to be deterrence. It's harsh, I understand that, but it's just too important and we cannot throw our country away. So I am all for that part of representation. And if we can do that, then we might be able to work something out. But for every one of them to say that that can't happen, that that just can't happen. And everybody knows that. Not to mention 70% of the country wants that. So hope you like, subscribe, follow, share, jump over to PayHip and buy yourself a book. They're cheap. All right. Hope we see you tomorrow. This is Kinetic News Daily. We're going to give it to you whether you like it or not. Hope you like it. Leave your comments down below and let us know all about it. Thank you, everyone. Hope we see you tomorrow. We're out.